So I've got another worked example here. I'm calling it sum of 5. It involves a few things we haven't covered yet, so there's no point pausing the video unless you understand the concept of a for loop or repeating or doing something a certain number of times. Right, so sometimes there's a reason to repeat things a certain number of times. For example, at college, the official number of weeks for the whole year are 36 weeks, so you basically come to college 36 different weeks in order to pass all your units and your subjects and your assignments. Each block, there's 3 blocks, the last 12 weeks each. For the first 12 weeks that you come in, that's a block done. Another 12 weeks, a block done. Another 12 weeks, the third block's done. So that's a lot of things that repeat. Obviously you wake up, you go to sleep, you wake up, you go to sleep. Every one of these things are a sort of thing that repeats as well. So there's lots and lots of repeating. Right, I'm going to basically go over this. Some of the concepts are new, as I said, so just bear with me. This one says sum of 5, get the sum of numbers, set the sum of numbers to 0. So it says 0, I'm assuming the sum of numbers is all about whole numbers. I haven't actually said if it's whole numbers or floating points. Let's pretend it's whole numbers just now. So I'm going to start with that. So I'm going to do something like I sum equals 0. So that's the sum of the numbers set to 0. So sort of makes sense, doesn't it? I can do it with float points, no doubt, but I'll start with this just now and we'll see what happens, okay? Now it says do the following 5 times. Now this is something I've not covered yet, so this is a new thing for you, and it's called a for loop. So what you do is you type in the word for, and what will happen is it's going to do a thing a certain number of times. I'm going to say here do it 5 times, so I'm going to basically set up for 5. Now after the word for you put in a name. I'm going to put in this I loop. I like the word loop. Loop to me sounds like something's repeating. You might call it something else like I repeat. And some people like to use the word count, so maybe you say I count. But either way, it's in this case a whole number. So I put an I in front to represent the fact it's an integer. Now I want to do it a certain number of times, and that certain number of times it starts somewhere and ends somewhere. That's called a range. So I've said do this range. I want to start at number 1 and eventually get to number 6. Now that means 1 to 5 technically. Although I've said a 6 there, the 6 is the outer range of the boundary of the thing I'm doing. So basically say, note that, in reality it is 1, 2, 5. And I put a little comment in there just to remind us that's what that is. So that's what it means 1 to 5. So if I said to you, put that one back in. If I said to you, e.g., do it 8 times by 1, 9 is 8 times, etc. Okay, so that's the first part of it. I've missed a colon out already, so just at the end of this line here, put a colon in, and that represents the fact that the for loop's about to happen. Now anything that happens in this loop gets indented to show it's happening within this loop. And what I'll do here, I'll do something simple, a really simple example, not the actual question itself, but I'll just say print I loop. What will happen is you'll see that I loop will start at 1 and just build itself up. So I'm going to save this just now. It doesn't have a name yet, so I have to give it a suitable name. I'll call it sum of 5, put it back in my usual place. So sum of 5, there you go. And then obviously I have to execute the program and run it. And when I run it, you see it says 1 to 5 there. So what's happened here, let's examine the code. iloop started at 1, and I said print iloop, so it basically prints 1, that's why 1 appears. The next time around this loop, because that's the code finished here, goes back up here, and iloop has increased because the range has changed. Now it was 1, now it's at 2. So print 2, back up, it becomes 3, print 3, back up, becomes 4, prints 4, goes back up, changes to 5, you print 5, and that's it. Right, because when it gets there, it doesn't do the 6th one, it basically says it's 1 to 5. I know it's written weirdly and looks a bit strange, but that's what it's doing. So that's something doing something, repeating it 5 times. Now it says here, get a number using the keyboard, so I have to get a number, so I'll say I number equals, and I'll get int to ensure it becomes an integer, and then input to get the stuff from the keyboard. We've seen all this stuff before, but of course there's no error trapping yet. We'll add that in at the end. So the idea is it's going to get the number, then it says add the number to a sum of numbers. Now we know we have a sum of numbers here. We can't just do this. If you do that, it will replace the value in sum. Sum's at nothing. If I type in a certain value, let's say a 5, sum becomes 5. But next time around the loop, because it will do these lines that are all indented, it will basically change sum to the next number of type, and it's not actually working out the sum of numbers. To do that, this is what you would use. What we're saying here is, take the value of sum, and add it to the new number and store or save it in sum. Sounds a bit strange. It really does. But as you do it, imagine sums at nothing and you type in a 5. It's 0 plus 5 equals 5, therefore sums at 5. Next time around someone types in a 3, so it's 5 plus 3 equals 8, so sums at 8. So it's basically keeping a running total or summing up the numbers as you go through it. So that was get the number and add the number. Next one says show. Now I'm going to show it, but I don't want to show it within the for loop. So I'll come back with my indentation and just see what the sum is. The sum of the numbers is, and of course str it so we can see it as a string sum. And then what we'll do is we'll see what happens. We won't put numbers in that will break it. We'll make sure it's numbers that won't break it at all. I've got no message telling me what to do here. I should have put one in. But there you go. So it's added all the numbers up. So I've missed the message out telling the user what to do. So the best thing to do is to put something in there for the user. So what we'll do is we'll put it in here. Print. Enter a number, please. I want to be nice to them. Try again. So enter the number, please. 2, 3. So that's a 5 so far. There's a 6, 10, 13. You see, you add it up as you go along, and the sum of the numbers is 13. So that's not bad. Now, of course, if I run this, it's going to break if I put in something that's wrong button. If I put in a value, it's not the right number. So I can put a 2 in and then something weird, and it basically crashes out. So it's time to put in the trap. We know it works so far. This code works. So let's figure out where to trap it from. I think the best thing to do is to try and trap it, say, around here when you put the number in. So I'll put a try in, and then indent, 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 and I'll put the except here. And a little message just to say what's happening. I'm just thinking it might not work, but we'll see what happens. You need to type in a whole number. And then we'll see what happens by running this. So try some numbers, then not numbers. Try some number, not number. Alright, sorry, not number. And then try a number. So that's my third time, this will be my 5th time round. Yeah, it worked. So what's happened here is, I've typed in 2, so that's the first time around the loop. I've typed in DSD, which is not a number, that's the 2nd time around the loop. I typed in 2, which is the 3rd time around the loop. I typed in DS, which is 4th time around the loop. Then I typed in 3, which is the 5th time around the loop. So it's only added up the 2, the 2 and the 3, and discounted the other 2. Okay, but you do see how you're getting this error message. And it keeps repeating because remember, the error message happens within this for. So every time there's an error, it prompts you to the error as well. So lots of new concepts here. Best thing to do is to try making it yourself. Maybe vary the range and see if the range do different numbers instead of going 1 to 5, try different numbers as well. And obviously just try it yourself and see what happens.